Dumela. O amoetse mo moketeng wa tsa bonono wa Freestata. I am Boitumelo Mohutiwa, and today I'm sitting with the director of the Arts Festival, Freestata Arts Festival, Ricardo Peach.
Goeiemôre, dankie Dumela.
Dumela. Thank you for being here. Could you please just tell us what would be different to expect from the Arts Festival this year?
Hoor so hierdie jaar is dit nogal 'n baie groot fees. Ek het bietjie geskrik vir dit want dit is skielik is dit hierso en ek sien dit is net enorm. Wat dit bietjie anders maak as die feeste van 'n paar jaar gelede is daar's baie meer co-produksies met internasionale en plaaslike kunstenaars waar hulle saamwerk om nuwe soort van projekte te ontwikkel. Byvoorbeeld Alpha, dit is 'n projek oor jong mense, oor die nuwe generasie. Hulle werk met die Belgiese mense en Hollanders en met plaaslike organisasies om hierdie nuwe projek by Pakhofs te ontwikkel. So ek is baie geïnteresseerd om te sien wat daar uitkom. Hulle is nou besig nog om dit te ontwikkel, so ons almal hou duim vas.
Ja.
En dan is daar baie ander produksies wat NATI, die Nasionale Afrikaanse Theater Initiatief geondersteun het ook, wat 'n baie sterk teateraanbod op die fees bied hierdie jaar. So ek is verskriklik opgewonde oor dit. Die ander goed wat bietjie anderster hierdie jaar is, daar's baie plekspesifieke eksperimentele werk wat ook gebeur. Byvoorbeeld Willem Boshoff. Hy gaan die droodmobiel, hy die droodmobiel hier aangery. Ek sien hy sit hier so buite, so ons weet hy het dit daarom gemaak van Johannesburg af, want dit was touch and go.
Sure.
En hy bly vir 'n week op die kampus in sy droodhokkie en mense kan van hom gaan kuier enige tyd en met hom praat en dan kan mense kaartjies koop om saam met hom te gaan op 'n drood stap. En dan vat hy jou tronk toe of waar ook al en dan vertel hy jou stories van wat in daai plekke aangegaan het. So dis 'n baie spirituele werk. Ons is baie opgewonde om hom hier te hê. En dan is daar ook soos ek gesê het koproduksies met vennote van oorsee. Van Australië het ons Situate Art in Festivals wat AIR doen. Altitude Immersive Radio met Julia Druin en plaaslike kunstenaars waar hulle kostuums bou. Hulle is besig om so 'n groot kostuum te bou wat almal saam stap in die kostuum en daar's koper in die kostuum en dan saai die radio stories uit van stories wat hulle opgeneem het van mense oor hulle lost lovers. En dan gaan hierdie mense nou saam deur die stad om die lost lovers te probeer soek. En dan hoor jy die stories van die kostuums want die kostuums word die radio transmitters. So die plek spesifieke werk is vir my iets wat nie baie op ander feeste gebeur nie, so dit maak die Vrystaat Kunstefees uniek. Baie van die eksperimentele werk is nogal ongelooflik wat hier plaasvind.
Wow. Yo, there's a lot of interesting things that you expect, and I think people are going to have fun. So, Ricardo, can you please just take us through the planning for the fears?
Look, we plan these festivals probably about 2 to 3 years in advance. So I'm already working on actually 5 years now for 2020. Is that right? Yeah, 2020.
Yes.
Because developing these partnerships take a long time because you have to kind of show people step by step what you are capable of and how you can implement what it is that you say you are implementing. And so this year, for the first year, actually, we are implementing everything that we said we are implementing, 4 years ago when we developed the business plan and we were working towards this moment. So this moment is kind of phenomenal for us because in addition to extraordinary Afrikaans theatre, music and entertainment, there's also works in Sesotho, there's also work in English, there's also very non-language specific work. In addition to initiatives such as the Pan-African Creative Exchange, where we have people coming in from places as far as Nigeria, Lesotho, Namibia, Rwanda, Egypt, there's about 30 artists and groups coming from all over Africa to this Pan-African engagement. And then we have presenters and producers from places such as Australia, the UK, the US, Belgium, France, and into Africa like Uganda, for people to come and see the work that takes place on the African continent to help put this work out into the world. Because less than 1% of global touring work come from the continent. And we know that is crazy because so much happens here. And so we're creating a platform here for people in the world to come and see what the hell happens in Africa and to take this work into the world where it belongs.
Oh, that's lovely. So lovely. So I also hear that there are a couple of new things that we're incorporating into the festival, such as the South African Arts and Health Summit that is going to be at the Arts Festival. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, this is another example of one of these things that we've slowly nurtured over the last, 3 years now, I think, with the coordinator, or the manager of the Arts and Health, Free State Arts and Health Program, MC Ruet, in partnership with an organisation in Western Australia called DADA, Disability in the Arts, Disadvantage in the Arts. And this initiative is very much focused on how professional artists can work in health environments or health communities to help those communities facilitate various aspects of their health their own agency around their own health messaging and how they see themselves as human beings within a broader society, given their health status. There's a lot of work that's being done around HIV in particular, and how people affected by HIV can reconfigure their sense of self so that they are not seen as a social stigma. It's simply seen as a disease, and people live very long with HIV.
Yeah.
And so this project has been very, very close to MC's heart, and he is kind of now organising this first major Arts and Health Summit, which starts on Monday, the 9th of July, Monday and Tuesday. And there are a lot of really interesting speakers coming to that forum, where they'll be discussing some of the key health issues in South Africa and how the arts can facilitate the messaging of those health issues, and how some of the work that artists can do can also impact on and influence the way that people see themselves when they have an illness, because a lot of illness is kind of almost psychosomatic in a sense. So if people feel isolated and alone, the chances that they'll become healthier is much less if people feel like they belong and that they are okay.
Yeah.
And in that social environment, people are often given a much better chance to kind of recover and also, live as human beings like everybody else.
Yo, that's a very lovely initiative. It's so nice to see that a festival that really has its core focus on the Afrikaans language have so many different other languages and people from other countries even coming here. So I think the Arts Festival is going to be something that people can't miss. It's a very great experience, I think, and it just embodies what we are as well as South Africa.
Yeah, it's an interesting test in a sense, a kind of a experiment. The whole festival is a bit of an experiment. Because people ask me now, how the hell does something like this exist?
Yeah.
Because in South Africa at the moment there is so much conflict across cultures, across languages, so it's a very delicate moment in our history. And my motto always has been, let's build on what we already have rather than destroy what we already have, and then there's nothing to build on. So the way that we have developed the strategy around this arts festival, and the only other examples I can think of is potentially is like a Flemish festival in Belgium.
Yeah.
That has a specific language core, but it also brings in French, English, German, and other languages to be part of that festival. So that's how I've positioned the Vrystaat Kunstefees as well as a core Afrikaans language festival, because mostly women from all racial backgrounds buy tickets to Afrikaans theatre and music, which is wonderful, actually. So then I thank them and go, brilliant. Now look what the success of this festival means to other cultures as well. The people who buy tickets become ambassadors for other work to also be developed. And actually more and more the other work that comes in, like the Sesotho work or the English work, it gets fully supported as well. So we're not even subsidizing that work. That work stands on its own 2 feet, and that from that other things grow as well. So that's fabulous to see.
Yeah, it's a great place to debut your performance.
Absolutely, this is the place in Africa.
Yeah. So what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, look, I look forward to everything because this year is phenomenal. The performances, the site-specific work, the experimental work is like beyond anything I think South Africa has ever experienced, because there's a lot of creative practitioners who've just pushed the boundaries in a way that has never been pushed either globally or in South Africa. So the world-first work is being developed here. An example is Hot Hot Hot, a work by Wolfie, Brits and Ilana Cilliers, where they're using the car park basement of Pakhofs to develop a sight and sensorial sound, smell environment for people to talk about what it means to live in kind of a platform like the Earth, where we need to kind of be sustainable in a sense. Here we are on this planet, and we need to look after it. How do we do this? And then work like Alpha that I mentioned previously about the younger generations. So they're live streaming the performances to the world. They're to a live streaming site in the US that I think gets about 30 to 50,000 people watching it per month. And so they're integrating technology in new ways that hasn't been done before, in the context of South Africa. So much excites me. And the other thing that I can't wait for, and it's almost here, is the pannenkoeken.
Yeah.
So the pannenkoeken, I must say, in addition to the theatre, I can't
There's the
wait for the
food.
pannenkoeken.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot to eat.
Yeah, and actually we have quite a few really interesting food art projects this year. The Lekkerbakkers, who won the Mnet's My Kitchen Rule, they're having a boere tapas evening. So almal koop kaartjies, gaan na die Lekkerbakkers toe. Daar gaan mense wees wat sing en te kere gaan, en dan gaan hulle boere tapas ook nuwe soort van Afrikaanse kos voorstel vir mense. So lekker delicious kos. En dan is daar ook sprokiesverhaal waar hulle whisky bedien. So jy drink whisky en jy luister na die stories. So halfpad deur die stories. Ek weet nie of jy nog gaan weet wat gaan aangaan nie, maar gaan 'n lekker affære wees. En dan die blerkas met al die bier en musiek en dan ongelooflike restaurante. En dan gaan hulle almal vergeet, maar ek gaan maar probeer. So dit is die Oude Kraal, die Zizi, dit is 59 on Plenty, die NG Kerk wat die wonderlike kos daar ook maak, die Groenkamer, Troumerij. En as ek iemand vergeet het, dan kan hulle my kom klap. But it's just like there is so much amazing food, all the restaurants.
Yeah, very lovely. So for everyone out there, could you please tell us when the festival begins and when it ends?
It begins today. So the Pan-African Creative Exchange begin vandag, 6de. So vanaand is die eerste vertoning van The Little Prince, which is part of the PACE package. Then tomorrow it's PACE, until Monday it's PACE as well. And so there's shows like Hani the Legacy and Sion, which is Vuyani Dance Theatre on Monday night, which is one of the one of the 10 chosen around the world to present at ISPA, the International Society of Performing Arts, on some of the examples of extraordinary work that's being developed in the world. And we have it here in Bloemfontein, Monday night. Buy a ticket. It's extraordinary. And then the Arts and Health Initiative starts on Monday, so that's Monday and Tuesday. And then the arts market itself starts from Tuesday the 10th to Saturday the 14th.
Yeah, Ricardo, it was just amazing to hear about all the things that are going to be happening at the Freestyle Arts Festival. Definitely looking forward to all the things we're going to get. I mean, visual, smelling senses, just the whole experience is going to be amazing. Thank you for being here today.
Absolute pleasure. Come and enjoy the festival.
Definitely. Thank you guys for tuning in with Ricardo and myself. And really, just come to the Freestyle Arts Festival. It's going to be amazing. See ya.